Okay, hi, I'm Ken with Ken's Insurance Agency. Today's topic is commercial insurance. We're going to cover things like general liability, business owner liability, commercial auto, workers' comp, um, things like prepaid legal and how it can work for a business owner. Um, and we're going to discuss many different aspects of these things. So hang tight and be ready. Let's start with general liability. It's the most common. General liability is where you have your building covered, your property covered, your renters on the building covered, your employees' cars and customers' cars on the parking lot is covered to an extent. Um, if an employee gets injured, it's covered. Equipment is covered. Um, so it's basically like the homeowners for a business. Now, in some states like Mississippi, you have a boiler policy for certain equipment. So you can have that also. Um, Very important to have, very affordable. The next thing that we got is a business owner liability policy. With business owner liability policies, that's covering covering the business owner if they get sued. So a lawsuit could come about from sexual harassment that this would cover, or discrimination, um, these kind of things. It's not really meant to cover you for breach of contract. Um, so that would be what a business owner liability policy would cover. And it's very good if you're going to have employees to have. Um, the next policy to have would be, also in a business owner liability policy, you can have things like um, cybersecurity and stuff built into it to where you have protection if you have a hacker hack your system and so forth. So that can be built into both a business owner liability and into a general liability policy. Um, Next policy to talk about would be commercial auto. Commercial auto is basically covering any automobile owned by the company. So, like Uber and the Uber drivers, basically the driver owns the car, not Uber. So, Uber doesn't have to have commercial auto on that car. The driver has to have special auto on the car because he's using it for rideshare. Um, let's see here. But commercial auto, any auto that the business owns has to be covered by a commercial auto policy. If somebody in the company owns it and uses it for work, then they have on their personal auto that they use the vehicle for business, and they have to show how much they use it for business, how much they use it for pleasure slash personal use, and how much they use it for travel back and forth to work. So that's how that works. Um, but if it's a commercial auto, it's supposed to be used just for work. So it'd be like basically FedEx or delivery vans, that would be commercial auto. If the bit company buys the CEO or the owner a vehicle to go back and forth to work in and to go out and try to drive business, then that would be covered as a commercial auto policy. When you have a commercial auto policy for those vehicles, the driver does not have to have a personal auto insurance policy. Now, if he's driving a vehicle that's not a company vehicle, then he has to have a personal auto on that vehicle. So that is very important to understand. Let's see here. The next would be workers' comp. Workers' comp is basically the devil's advocate because it can be very expensive. The way to lower workers' comp is to offer a benefits package where you have like accident, hospital indemnity policies, disability policies. These will lower your workers' comp rate on the next policy review. So very important to understand that by offering them, you get a reduction on your workers' comp rate. Workers' comp can be pretty expensive. It's basically to cover if an employee gets hurt at work. Most companies are required to have it. Very few are not required to have it. And basically, even if you're not required to have it, it's a good thing to have. And all, but you really have to be careful. And we are working on a contract where we can review your workers' comp rate. And if your if you have workers that fall in special circumstances where maybe they're doing 2 to 3 jobs throughout the day and they have certain hours dedicated to each job, where you may be filing them on the most hazardous job, we can get you money back for the hours that they're doing the less hazardous job. So we're working on that contract. That's to come soon. So stay tuned for us to release that. We got that. And there'd be other ways we can get you savings from tax credits and deductions that basically your accountant may not know that you qualified for, that we can get your money back. And we wouldn't just be trying to get your money back for just this year. We try to get your money back going back 3 to 5 years. Property taxes, we can try to get the business owner money back on their property taxes and so forth. So very important. And there's many ways we can get your money back. So stay tuned for that. We are working on that contract. The next thing would be prepaid legal. Prepaid legal used to be one of those dirty little words that basically nobody liked because it was a referral system. You only got a 25% discount. With ours, you don't have that. We actually partner with law firms. We don't own the law firm, but we partner with them. So you have a dedicated law firm, and you get a lot of services covered for free. We can help you start a business as far as the formation and all. As far as some of the free services, taking care of traffic tickets, collection letters, collection calls, document review up to 15 pages, consultations would be covered. So these are some of the things. Can even take care of tickets on the commercial auto vehicles. Also best to have it on your personal. That way you can take care of the ones on your personal autos. The personal side covers the family. We can offer this as a benefits package. So very important, very key. The next one that I want to talk about is benefits packages, because I've mentioned it some and all. In the benefits package, we offer a full range of benefits package products, from retirement products to life insurance products for the employees, to accident, cancer, critical illness, disability, dental, vision, to even health insurance for the employees. And we've got some very affordable products that we can offer you to help you with it. We've got some that are more affordable, but they have pre-existing condition clauses. So on our census form, we have a pre-existing condition where basically we're looking at, will you put high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or will you put a yes for a more serious pre-existing condition? The more serious pre-existing conditions require a 12-month wait before that pre-existing condition is covered. The high blood pressure, diabetes, and so forth does not. It's just a rate up. So at that point, we're looking at, do we disqualify this policy, or do we keep this policy in the quote? Because even though it may be affordable, it may not be beneficial to your employees and to you. So that's what we have to look at. So we never try to disqualify employees. In fact, for you or for us to try to disqualify an employee would be illegal. So we will not do that. We will try to disqualify policies, because sometimes it's not in the best interest to write that policy for the group. And so if it's not right, we need to know that and move on. We don't try to dig too much into pre-existing conditions because most people don't want to disclose it. That's why we basically, after high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, we make it just a yes or no. So that's a little bit about us. If you would, if you got questions, contact us either by email, kjsigler8231@gmail.com, or give us a call, 662-292-6271, or go to our website, kensinsuranceagency.net. Thank you, and have a nice day.